Speech is going to be given by our immediate past president, a man with the nickname of the silent assassin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kaushik.
So this will be assisted by Manjusha, the host for the interview. So this, though we prepared, the questions are still not known to me, so that spontaneity is going to be there. So 5 to 7 minutes.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
This evening we have with us here at the SW Studios our own Kaushik Balasubramanian. Kaushik Balasubramanian has been with Intel Corporation for the last 13 years and a Toastmaster for the last 3 years, as we know. He's been an achiever not only as a power performance validation lead but also has excelled in people management and leadership roles. Let's find out from him his mind share on certain key aspects for corporate success. Welcome, Kaushik. I see a lot of tall recommendations for your achievements from stalwarts in your profession for you. Tell me one thing. Was it EI or IQ?
To be honest, at the initial stages of my career, it was the drive to establish my credibility, and that was primarily driven by my intellect. So at the initial stages of one's career, it's so very vital to get known for certain very important characteristics or traits that people want to bank upon. For example, accountability. For example, ability to meet and beat goals. So those things typically come from one's innate intellect that one gathers through his academic background. So I believe at my initial stages I relied on IQ, but over the years I've realized the need for a higher EI. So I'm working on that.
As a successful professional in your company, what are the prerequisites you expect from freshers or from your colleagues who work for you?
Okay. So as a fresher, I would advise them to work on their communication skills, because unless a person is able to communicate his or her ideas, his or her opinions on certain issues, then that person is going to be lost in oblivion. So it's important that a person raises up his or her communication standards. That's primary. And the second aspect that I would recommend for a fresher would be to live the talk. Because so often the behavior that you display will be very evident in terms of your commitment. So behavior never lies. So as long as a fresher you want to establish yourself, make sure that you live up to the commitments that you've taken. So that would be
In that scenario, how does Toastmaster fit in? There would be challenges in learning new technologies. How does Toastmaster fit in there?
So 3 years back, like you rightly introduced, that was a time where I was in some sense, an identity crisis within my organization, wanting to actually excel, but I wasn't having the opportunities. So I felt somewhat stagnated. So that's when I thought opening up to the outside world and trying to network with people from other backgrounds would probably get me the sense of exposure that I was probably lacking within the same organization. So that's when I joined Toastmasters. So the number one benefit that I see of people wanting to join Toastmasters would be the network. By getting to know people from various aspects, by getting to know ambitious achievers or wanting to achieve type people, that's when your own inspiration kind of grows. So that's where Toastmaster fits in, where you can get the support of like-minded people wanting to explore public speaking, wanting to explore leadership, and that sort of forum will strengthen your own aspirations. So that's where I see Toastmasters.
When it comes to facing challenges of facing customers across the geography. How does one gear up?
So, in my opinion, in my experience rather, I found that variegatedness extremely enriching. So, right from my first project, I've had opportunities to work from people from Israel, people from East Coast, from West Coast. So, that sort of richness of how people relate to in terms of work commitments was very eye opening. And the commonality in all of the interactions I've ever had is rooted in their commitments. So as long as I can commit to my own goals, as long as I strike the chord that I am a dependable person, then geography is no barrier. So that's my point.
So all in all, you are saying that Toastmasters could change the mindset if a person comes here looking at only talking to Indian audiences or talking to Indian customers. He could also aim at bigger challenges, bigger roles in his life.
If I understand your question right, indeed, for example, right today in this very meeting, we had a plethora of topics, starting from how wisely could one invest, how should one say no. So because of the variegatedness of the background that people are coming for a given meeting, the sense of exposure that you get is going to be tremendous. And therefore, all of those learnings you can potentially apply in your work life, and it should make a difference.
I should say that this has been quite a mind share as such. Thank you for those insightful tips. So we should conclude by saying that personal commitment